your local news leader and the Spirit of Community Award winner. This is NBC 10 News at 5.
New information about the Swanson escapees. We tell you who they are and how they allegedly escaped from the facility Friday night. And the White House is asking Immigration and Customs Enforcement to conduct more immigration raids. We hear from some of the children who have been affected. Plus, a local church giving children their blessing right before the new school year kicks off this week. Hello and thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Anna McAllister. Chelsea Jones has the night off. Topping our 5 o'clock hour, we have new details on the Swanson juveniles who escaped Friday night. Now, according to the Crime Stoppers of North Delta, 4 juveniles at the Swanson Center for Youth escaped Friday night by overpowering one of the guards. They allegedly stole her keys and jumped the fence to escape. One of the juveniles was caught yesterday, but 3 are still on the run. Authorities are searching for Donnie McCoy, DeKeelan Berry, and Chance Johnson. If you have any information on their whereabouts, call police. And new at 5, days after Immigration and Customs Enforcement conducted a massive immigration sweep in Mississippi, the White House is now telling ICE to conduct dozens more workplace raids. Meanwhile, hundreds of children separated from their parents are desperately searching for answers. CNN's Melissa Rainey has more.
Child abuse.
As experts weigh in on the impact immigration raids could have on young children, the White House is asking for more similar sweeps by Immigration and Customs agents. A senior immigration official tells CNN ICE has been instructed to conduct dozens more workplace raids. On Wednesday, nearly 700 undocumented immigrants were rounded up at 7 meat processing plants in 6 Mississippi cities, separating hundreds of children from their parents on their first day back to school.
My dad didn't do nothing. He's not a criminal. Please, can I just see my mother, please? Please. I hope you come back. And that God protects you.
And now, according to an immigration official, ICE instructed field offices across the country to identify at least 2 locations in their regions as potential targets. Meanwhile, New Mexico has denied a request from ICE to have direct access to the state's workplace data. And in Texas, the Mexican-American Legislative Caucus is launching an investigation into how much access ICE has to its state employment records. All this while the president defends ICE's operation.
But if they come into the United States illegally, they're getting out. They're going to be brought out. And this serves as a very good deterrent.
I'm Melissa Rainey.
On a lighter and more local note, a Monroe church took the time out of their service this morning to bless every kid's backpack before school starts this week. NBC 10's Mayim Hudgens is back to tell us all about it.
All different colors, shapes, and designs of backpacks were brought to church this morning. First United Methodist Church of Monroe believes it's important to bless students and their backpacks right before school starts.
We wanted to bless them so that as they go forward, they know that their church stands with them and is supporting them and praying with them and for them.
When students go to grab their backpacks in the morning, they will be reminded of the blessing that was placed over them before they hit the halls.
It's an opportunity to remind them that their faith is not just something that happens on Sunday. We want them to carry their faith and share it with other friends and colleagues at school.
And will lead to impacting the people they come in contact with.
To see the influence that school and their friends have on them, it's great to know that as a father, as a pastor, I also get a chance to have my children have an influence on their friends.
About 35 kids were prayed over today, but it didn't stop there. Anyone that works in education was also recognized and encouraged.
All the teachers, the bus drivers, we have a couple of nurses, just folks that are in the schools that sometimes we don't even think about that are there.
In Monroe, Maya Hudgens, NBC 10, your local news leader.
And NBC 10 wants to wish students, parents, and educators a very happy first week of school. Now, coming up on NBC 10 News at 5, an upcoming Hollywood movie canceled in connection to last week's mass shootings. Find out what President Trump has to say about the controversial thriller. Now, Brian, it seems like that movie is getting some heat. Can we expect the same for weather?
We're going to see that heat cranking up. If you thought it was hot today, wait till we get till Monday and Tuesday. Brutal heat is on the way, and that ice cream, if you're wanting to eat some, not going to be hanging on for too long. We'll talk about the details, and we'll see relief when NBC 10 News at 5 continues.
Are you a DirecTV or AT&T UVerse subscriber who can no longer watch our sister station, Fox 14, through your television provider? First, we apologize for the inconvenience, as DirecTV and AT&T has refused to accept our parent company's offer to extend negotiations to avoid disruption to your service. We encourage you to reach out to DirecTV and AT&T at the number on your screen to express your concern for not receiving programming from KARD Fox 14, in addition to the most accurate weather forecast and local news that protects and informs you and your family.
Good evening, everyone. Breaking news tonight.
Lester Holt.
It sounds like a jet airplane up there, but that is fire. Let's talk about the MAX. How do you convince a skittish passenger to get on this airplane? We've met a lot of great people.
The most trusted TV news anchor in America.
That's Nightly News. I'm Lester Holt.
Start your mornings with NBC 10 News today.
Preparing you and your kids for the day with the Bus Stop Forecast, showing you how to plan.
The Bus Stop Forecast on NBC 10 News today, sponsored by Creed & Creed, your local injury attorneys.
I'm Eddie Risponi. I'm 100% pro-life, a lifelong outdoorsman, and a businessman who's created thousands of jobs.
Conservative outsider, Eddie Risponi.
I'll stand with President Trump to ban sanctuary cities, require work for welfare benefits, and give voters the right to approve serious tax reform.
A plan so easy, a career politician could do it.
They never will.
Boom, there it is. Eddie Risponi for governor.
Hey. Really? Hi, guys.
We like the gray.
It's car buying season at Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. Get the bottom line on the last of our 2019s, like the Tech Advanced Rogue and Altima. Hurry in for Model Year-End savings on our full line. Now, save up to $3,500 or get a low $199 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Rogue.
NBC 10 News at 5 continues.
A Hollywood thriller has been canceled just months before its release. It's called The Hunt. The studio says it's been halted out of respect for the victims of the recent shootings. But President Trump has also weighed in. NBC's Candace Gibson reports on this movie controversy.
Of all the people you kidnapped.
It's a movie about the rich.
Of all the people you killed.
Hunting the poor.
You picked the wrong game.
That's now dead on arrival, officially canceled.
You have no idea what you're up against.
NBC Universal announcing today they're pulling the movie The Hunt, although not saying it's directly related to last weekend's mass shootings. The parent company of NBC News saying in a statement, after thoughtful consideration, the studio has decided to cancel our plans to release the film. We stand by our filmmakers and will continue to distribute films in partnership with bold and visionary creators, like those associated with this satirical social thriller. But we understand that now is not the right time to release this film. But it also comes in the wake of some presidential heat. President Trump alluding to the movie in a series of tweets yesterday saying, a movie coming out is made in order to inflame and cause chaos. According to The Hollywood Reporter, those hunted are referred to as deplorables in the movie, calling back to Hillary Clinton's label for Trump supporters in 2016.
Called the basket of deplorables.
Movies are often delayed when the subject matter is too close to tragic current events, but rarely outright canceled. In 2014, Sony pulled The Interview, which depicted the fictional assassination of Kim Jong-un out of fear of North Korean cyber hacking reprisals. That movie ending up on various streaming services instead of theaters. No word yet on any future plans for The Hunt.
Now, the movie cost about $15 million to make, so not much for Hollywood standards. And we have meteorologist Brian Briggs here. Can you tell us a little bit about weather?
Yeah, it's going to be hot. If you thought it was hot today, we have more on the way, but we will see some relief by the time we get to the middle of the week. So we'll just have to sweat it out till then. We'll time out how hot it's going to get and what we'll see in that relief when NBC 10 News at 5 continues.
Find your new best friend. Help clear the shelters on August 17th. Join NBC 10, Fox 14, and Banner Ford for this nationwide pet adoption event. Go to myrclimates.com for local shelters near you. Brought to you by these fine sponsors.
It was a Saturday morning. While I was sitting at a red light, bam, someone ran right into the back of me. I made that one call on a Saturday, and Morrisbord got me $270,000.
Injured in a car wreck on the weekend? Don't wait until Monday. One call, that's all.
I'm Donna Edwards. As a teacher, I believe the best opportunity you can give a child is a good education. That's why John Bell ended years of devastating cuts and is investing in our children's future again. He passed the first teacher pay raise in 10 years, increased funding for K-12 and higher education, and fully funded TOPS. It's a good start, but John Bell won't stop working until every child has the opportunities they need to keep moving Louisiana forward.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra. Get over $10,000 total value on this next generation 2019 Sierra Crew Cab SLT, or get 20% below MSRP on these 2019 Double Cab and SLE Crew Cab models with a traditional tailgate.
See your Monroe area GMC dealer.
It was a Sunday and we were driving home from church when a truck ran a red light and hit us. I made that one call on a Sunday and Morris Bart got me $168,000.
Injured in a car wreck on the weekend? Don't wait until Monday. One call, that's all.
I did the weather with Spirit, so you can too.
Just pick up your Kids Cast coloring sheet at any Ouachita Valley Federal Credit Union. Then color the weather and mail it in. For more details, visit myarclemiss.com. Live Storm Tracker Doppler Radar, sponsored by bankruptcy attorney E. Orem Young. Now, your local weather with meteorologist Brian Briggs.
Well, happy Sunday. Hopefully you're staying cool out there. It's another hot and humid one across the Arklamiss. And look at the skyline today. Not seeing as many of the way of those puffy cumulus clouds out there. They're much smaller. It's looking off towards the west on our tower cam here. Lots of sun to go around on this Sunday. And with that, the hot temperatures too. We're currently sitting at 97 degrees here in Monroe. Dew point sitting at 75. So feeling like a sauna out there, raising our heat index values very, very high. In addition to that, I mentioned there's a lot of sunshine to go around, really not too much in the way of rain chances to help cool us off really at all. Live Storm Tracker Doppler Radar brought to you by Orem Young shows that really the only shower that we're seeing is near Madison Parish, and otherwise we're all clear out there. Not really too much is expected to develop here as we go really into the next few days or so until we get to about Wednesday. As I mentioned, temperatures very, very hot. Most of us are in the 90s, although Natchez is sitting at the upper 80 mark. But look at Shreveport. They're at the Century Mark at this hour. And it doesn't matter if you're in the 90s at this point or even in the 80s for that matter, we're all still feeling at least like 100 degrees. 115 in Vicksburg, currently feeling like that right now. 109 here in Monroe, and downright hot and humid, but we are just getting started, folks, as the National Weather Service has issued an excessive heat warning in purple for the majority of the Arklamiss here. Heat advisories for those in orange. So again, dangerous heat is on the way as we head into the upcoming week, with temperatures actually hitting the century mark for most of us, feeling a lot more like 115 to 120 possibly in some locations. And it's not just us, it's a lot of the mid-south and parts of the plains, even now extending up into the deeper south and midwest as well. So kind of just baking under this little heat wave, but it will be temporary as we're watching this little cold front that will be off towards the north. But in addition to that, though, until then, we are going to be seeing high pressure. You can see the clockwise flow around that, keeping any sort of rain chances out of our area and just baking us under that heat. But then this front, as we get closer into Tuesday into Wednesday, gets closer to us. And when it does, that's when the heat will at least take somewhat of a break here. It's a little bit of relief. And it will bring us some way in the chance of showers and storms as we go through Wednesday. So there's some good news there. And but until then, make sure you're staying safe out there, as it's going to be very, very hot. So I know that I've shown this graphic multiple times now at this point. Hopefully you've become familiar with it. Make sure you're keeping these heat safety tips in mind, as it's going to be crucial. It really will not take too long to be overcome by the heat as we go to the next couple days or so. So for tonight, dropping down into the lower 80s again. It's going to be fairly warm and humid for us as we go into the extended period. So we're not going to be seeing much in the way of relief at night either. And so yeah, 7-day forecast showing 101 for both Monday and Tuesday, as that heat sticks with us through at least the first start of the week. And then that not so hot front moving in for Wednesday, bringing about a 50% chance of showers and storms. We do keep the middle to upper 90s though for the second half of the week into the weekend, but it will be a little bit drier. So there won't be as much humidity in the air. It won't feel as miserable, but it will still be warm as we head into next week. So August is here to stay, and hopefully we'll start to see some fall weather coming in soon.
Now, coming up on NBC 10 News at 5, air fryers are taking kitchen countertops by storm. The devices circulate high heat, making foods crispy, similar to frying, but are they a healthier option? Coming up, we learn the major difference between traditional frying and air frying. A Cleveland Clinic dietitian explains the benefits of the new cooking method when we return.
The final days
to get a great deal on a new Toyota are here. Save on the last of the 2019s while there's still time. Guys, I have 3 seconds left.
Qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
Best part about football? The highlights. So Dish gives you NFL Red Zone, no extra charge. That's every touchdown from every game Sunday afternoons. Because we know if you miss that action, you miss all this action. And that would be an awful shame. Dish with NFL Red Zone at no extra charge. Tuned in to you.
I've put the time and blood and sacrifices into this.
I want to make my father proud.
Look at the power!
I'm ready to crush this.
Someone's walking away with $1 million.
American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC.
I've been fighting these companies my whole life.
Green coat can cause cancer. They've hidden that. So that's where the law comes in.
If you fight for what's right, you can change the world.
Love City Law, Mondays this fall on NBC.
Let's get down to business. The business of family time and downtime and you time and forgetting what time it is altogether. Modernized Comfort Inns and Suites have been refreshed because when your business is making time, our business is you. Get the lowest price guaranteed on all Choice Hotels when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
People are really excited about Toyota's National Clearance event. Congrats.
Get $3,000 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2019 Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
NBC 10 News at 5 continues.
Air fryers are making waves in the world of cooking. Many people are investing in their own with hopes of preparing a healthier meal. But is air frying actually better for you? Well, according to Cleveland Clinic dietitian Kristen Kirkpatrick, it's all about what you choose to cook in your air fryer. And in fact, the air fryer doesn't really fry your food.
It's not frying by any means, and so there's some benefits there. Number one, in frying, we actually have the food kind of sitting in the oil and being cooked that way. There's no sitting in oil in this, so that helps to bring down calories and bring down fats.
Air fryer is basically a smaller, faster version of a convection oven. When compared to deep frying, Kirkpatrick says air frying can significantly reduce overall calorie and fat intake. In fact, one study comparing deep fried and air fried French fries shows that air fried products have significantly less oil and fat. But what you choose to cook in your air fryer is key. Kirkpatrick encourages folks to cook whole foods like beans, sweet potatoes, wild salmon, and other types of fish in an air fryer. But she warns that air fryers won't change that processed product that already has high sodium and fat additives. Now, when we come back, week 1 of the NFL preseason wraps up with the Cowboys taking on the 49ers. We'll show you how they did. Plus, our sports team sits down with the new Sun Belt commissioner and talks about what's new with the conference. Keep it here. Sports is up next.
I was running errands on a Saturday. I was in a car wreck.
I just got off the night shift when I got in a wreck.
It was a Sunday when I called Morris Bart, and he got me $115,000.
Injured in a car wreck on the weekend? I have attorneys standing by ready to help you now.
Your patient experience begins here at Audubell. We know coming here is a big step to improving your quality of life. That's why we make sure you're comfortable from beginning to end. Our hearing tests are thorough and non-invasive in a relaxed atmosphere. We explain clearly and concisely the steps to take to restore your hearing and discuss your options. When you come here, you're not a patient, you're family. North Louisiana's oldest and most trusted hearing center, Audubell.
It was a Friday night, and I'd just gotten off work when an 18-wheeler emerged right in front of me. Even though it was the weekend, I called Morris Bart.
Injured in a car wreck on the weekend? Don't wait until Monday. I have attorneys standing by ready to help you now.
Redefining beauty, brains, and what it really means to be queen. Now that's a job for a Girl Scout.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Now, your local sports with Spencer Tillis.
The Sun Belt Conference is under new management this year as Keith Gill stepped in as the new commissioner back in March. Now, this past week, he stopped by ULM to meet with some of their officials, and I had a chance to catch up with him and talk about some of the changes that could be on the way to the league.
All right, thank you for taking some time to talk with this commissioner. New on the job, about a few months in. How's the transition been so far for you?
You know, it's been great. So I'm in a process right now of getting to all 12 schools before the start of football season, which brings me to ULM today. It's my 8th school, but I've seen a lot of great things. Really excited about the future of the Sun Belt.
Making this tour and actually getting your feet on the campus, how important was that to you and kind of getting the feel, not just for the schools, but for their concerns with the conference?
Yeah, it's really important in terms of, one, just beginning the process of starting relationships, building relationships, getting to know people, understanding what the challenges are, but also just seeing campus. It's just nice to kind of see it, have some visuals, so that way when I come back during the academic year, I kind of have some context in a sense.
You certainly go into any job having an idea of what it's going to be about. What do you think so far about the athletics of what you've seen in the conference, and has it changed at all now being a part of it versus what you knew on the outside?
I've been very impressed. You know, it's such a quality conference. The quality of football I've been very, very impressed with. So I'm really excited about football season and getting a chance to see the campuses and the venues on game day. But it's a great conference with a lot of great coaches, a lot of great administrators, and I've been impressed by the commitment to athletics from the athletic directors and from the presidents and chancellors.
Let's talk a little bit about the college football playoffs. I mean, obviously, you look at like UCF a few years ago. They run the table, they miss out. What is it going to take from a school from a non-Power 5 to break into that? And do you think that someone from the Sun Belt someday could actually be competing for a national championship type game?
You know, our focus on the Sun Belt is we want to be the highest rated Group of 5 champion so we can play in the New Year's Six Bowl. And I certainly think about, you know, UCF, and they've had some tough goes in terms of trying to get to the CFP, but they got to that Group of 5. They were the highest ranked Group of 5, and they played in the New Year's Six Bowl, and that's one of our goals. So that's where we're focused. We're trying to make sure that we get preseason ranked and have our programs get the respect that they deserve. And once that happens, then I think we'll have a chance to kind of take that next step.
Do you think the college football playoff should expand, or do you like it at 4 teams?
What I would say is I do think it's working, and our focus really is on the bowl kind of system, just because I think if there is going to be expansion, we want to make sure that the bowls stay intact, because that is the path for more of our teams to have postseason experiences. Even if the college football playoff expands, that's only one spot. You know, our bowl spots give a lot more students postseason opportunities.
Obviously, you're in charge of more than just the football programs. With basketball coming up with the big changes coming there, how important was that to maybe kind of shake things up again, try and raise your RPI in some of these teams and hopefully get a few more of them into the postseason?
Yeah, basketball is really important. You know, if you think about the Sun Belt, it really kind of was born as a basketball conference and has a lot of great basketball tradition. And so we want to be a good basketball conference. Getting multiple teams in the NCAA tournament from a men's standpoint and a women's standpoint is really important to us. It's important to our presidents and ADs, and that'll be something that we'll be focused on. All
right, Coach, we'll enjoy the rest of this tour, seeing those last teams, and we'll see you here at a few games. You think this fall or what?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being back on campus.
Meanwhile, week 1 in the NFL preseason wrapped up yesterday with 3 more games, and that included the Cowboys getting their first action of the fall when they took on the 49ers. Dallas still obviously without Zeke Elliott. He continues to hold out and try and get a new deal. They did have this guy, though. Dak Prescott looking comfortable. Finds Michael Gallup. That's good for a first down pickup. It would lead to a field goal. The problem was they settled for way too many of those on the day, and that was the story of the game. Dallas moving the ball up and down the field, could not punch it into the end zone. San Francisco not having that problem. The 49ers would go on to get the win, 14-9 your final. That is going to be it for sports. We'll have one last look at your forecast coming up next.
Stay informed with the Business and Consumer Report on NBC 10 News today.
Featuring big business and consumer stories that affect us right here in the Arklamis.
Tomorrow at 5 on NBC 10 News Today. Sponsored by Goldman Equipment.
I'm Sheldon Hudson. I care about every customer in our network. That allows me to sleep well at night. I feel like I'm doing my part.
It's my job to try to keep the lights on. When a storm's rolling in and things aren't going right for the public, we're out there working. That's the best day, when we kept lights on, or we got lights on, but everybody went home safely.
To get out there on those power lines, to work those lines day in, day out, it's a special breed that gets out there, and they're truly committed.
Hey guys.
We like the red.
It's car buying season at Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. Get the bottom line on the last of our 2019s, like the all-wheel drive Altima and Rogue. Hurry in for model year-end savings on our full line. Now, save $3,000 or get a low $199 per month lease on the 2019 Nissan Altima.
I'm Eddie Risponi. I'm 100% pro-life, a lifelong outdoorsman, and a businessman who's created thousands of jobs.
Conservative outsider, Eddie Risponi.
I'll stand with President Trump to ban sanctuary cities, require work for welfare benefits, and give voters the right to approve serious tax reform.
A plan so easy, a career politician could do it.
They never will.
Boom, there it is. Eddie Risponi for governor.
Here's your Buick, sir.
Actually, that's my Buick.
How are we going to fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Get this low-mileage lease on this 2019 Buick Encore for around $199 per month. Or get over $4,200 below MSRP on this 2019 Buick Encore Preferred.
See your Monroe area Buick dealer.
Heat advisories and excessive heat warnings are in place for dangerous heat on Monday and Tuesday, as we'll hit highs of 101 on both days. The heat in Vicks Valley more like 110, 115, even higher in some spots. So make sure you're staying cool and safe out there as we start this upcoming work week. Relief does come in the form of some rain and storms on Wednesday with a not so hot front. Temperatures do stay in the middle to upper 90s though as we head into the end of the week and next weekend. But thing is, lower humidity values after that front will move through. So it will be more comfortable, at least relatively, but the August heat is here to stay.
As if there isn't already enough reasons to not like Monday. Now we have to add that to this one?
Yeah,
It's going to be a rough
unfortunately.
start to the week.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, well, that's it for us. We'll see you back at 10. Have a good night.